right, hello everybody. My name's Kenny. Welcome back to Kenny Bears Arms. Today's video, we're going to take a page out of Eric at Iraq Veteran 88's playbook, and we're going to read a little article from Amoland. Kudos to him for providing the inspiration and doing this kind of stuff on his channel. I don't know how often I'm going to be doing this stuff on my channel. However, if I do it on my channel, I'm going to probably focus mostly on the Minnesota side of things, as that's where I'm from, and I think that's kind of appropriate my viewers and such. So we're going to go down that road today, and it's extra interesting today because of reasons we'll get into towards the end of this article. So this is an article from Amoland by John Crump. A federal judge ignores the Bruin decision in Minnesota. A Minnesota federal district judge defies the Supreme Court's Bruin decision by appealing means-end scrutiny and narrow tailoring to a case involving banning firearms at the Minnesota State Fair. We are just after Labor Day now, and the Minnesota State Fair has just wrapped up. The case involved, and I apologize if I butcher names and titles, Tim Christopher and Sarah Cade Hauptman and the Minnesota Gun Owners Caucus, suing the State Agricultural Society after the group chose to ban firearms at the state fair. All the plaintiffs were pro se. In this case, the plaintiffs believed that the state could not ban guns on state grounds because it violates their Second Amendment rights. Ms. Hauptman and Christopher purchased tickets to the state fair but could not attend because the pair refused to do so without their firearms. Neither is banned from carrying firearms under state or federal law. The two teamed up with Minnesota Gun Owners Caucus to challenge the State Agricultural Society and recover damages for breach of contract. Under Bruin, the Supreme Court's landmark decision, Clarence Thomas wrote that although some places could ban guns because they are sensitive areas, the mere fact that people gather in a location is not enough to consider the area to be considered a sensitive area. A sensitive area would be more like a school or government building and not necessarily a fairground. This ruling would seem to give the plaintiffs advantage since the State Agricultural Society banned firearms because of crowds, but the judge rules as if the Bruin decision never happened. The U.S. District Judge John Tunheim either never heard the Bruin decision, which seems unlikely because he's a federal judge, or chose to ignore the Supreme Court's ruling, which honestly seems to be happening quite a bit. If you've been watching any of Jared Guns and Gadgets videos, or Iraq Veteran 88's videos, or Coley Noir's videos, they're kind of blatantly ignoring it. The judge ruled that the State Agricultural Society did not violate the plaintiff's constitutional rights. He says the defendants have the right to ban guns in the fairgrounds because they're crowded. A federal judge ignoring a Supreme Court decision is shocking. More shockingly, Judge Tunheim used means-end scrutiny and narrow tailoring in his decision. Both are strictly prohibited from being used in Second Amendment cases. Multiple lawsuits have been remanded to lower courts to be reconsidered because means-end scrutiny and narrow tailoring are no longer allowed to be applied to Second Amendment cases. Judge Tunheim was appointed by Bill Clinton and had history ruling against Second Amendment advocates, leaving many to wonder if he was an activist judge. The Bruin decision is written black and white language regarding means-end scrutiny and narrow tailoring. There's no gray area in the opinion of the High Court. Okay. Amoland News reached out to Judge Tunheim to ask if he had read the Bruin decision, but their calls were not returned. All right, and here's the fun part. To the commenter that did watch my video recently and left a comment about how normally I'm all over the place, and I need to structure my thoughts maybe a little bit prior to recording. I apologize, and I'm going to try and do that in this video for you. So I do read your comments, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, everybody, and we're going to try and, I guess, share my opinions on this. And like I said at the beginning of the video, with the state fair just ending, because I'm recording this the day after Labor Day, this is the state fair just ended here in Minnesota, and there was at least two separate incidents of shootings at the state fair over this past weekend that I heard of. So kudos to the banning of the firearms, and this just became more topical. And it is sad after the judge ignored. Oh, and it is sad that the Minnesota judge, the federal judge, ignored applying Bruin to this case of banning guns at the Minnesota State Fair. Multiple shootings happened at our state fair in a place where, ironically, guns are banned. It's almost like gun bans make it so criminals know it will be easier to commit crimes and target people because there's almost zero deterrent. Granted, there is police and security at these events, the state fair, but they still somehow manage to circumvent that. I don't think there was any details, at least in the articles I've read, about the firearm or the perps that committed these acts, but I don't think they caught them or anything like that. And I'm sure it's probably pretty easy for them to just kind of vanish when there's such a big area and just a massive amount of people, and they are probably all just scattered and running, and so they just blended in pretty well. It's things like this that make it more apparent that concealed carrying is a good thing, especially when it's a law-abiding citizen, because first of all, they don't want to hurt people. The criminals do. The criminals are not going to abide by the law anyway. And even with increased police numbers at the state fair, I believe there was a shooting yesterday, Monday, and it's crazy to me because obviously there is increased police, but at the same time, the reason we conceal carry is because even with increased police, increased security, metal detectors, people that want to commit crimes still will commit crimes. It doesn't matter. Like, they will still want to do it, so why should we not have the ability to defend ourselves, protect ourselves, our loved ones, our fellow fairgoers, in the instance that something like this arises? And we all know that New York recently put up a whole bunch of guns are banned here. Firearms aren't allowed here in Times Square and all around the city, pretty much, I believe. And there's also accounts of an armed robbery, like the next day or days after those signs are put up. Again, I think it leaves thieves to go, people aren't going to be carrying and have means to defend themselves. And granted, the state fair has 250,000 people a day or so that maybe go through there. There ain't enough police to protect all those people. Imagine New York City. There's definitely not enough police to protect every person in that city. Like, that's kind of the reason why we want to carry. And to protect ourselves, again, when seconds count, the police are minutes away, right? When will people understand that signs do nothing to stop or prevent these shootings? When will people realize that even if you have strict security and police at state fair or your cities or anywhere, people that want to hurt people will find ways to hurt people? We just had that incident in Canada. 10 people stabbed to death. 15 people wounded. Mass stabbings. Oh, good. Thank you, Canada, for taking people's guns away. And now, because people don't have access to guns or more limited access to guns, they're going to find other ways to hurt people. Strange. All this will be in the description or comments below, by the way. I'm going to link these articles. We need to address the issue of why these people are committing these crimes and enact stricter, more harsh punishments, I believe, for when we do catch these criminals, and show that, hey, it's not okay to do this. You shouldn't have the ability to do this. You should have to think twice, maybe 3 times, I don't know, before you ever want to try and hurt someone else or commit one of these crimes. I don't know. These people are not good people, obviously, and I don't know what's going to take to fix it, but it is, here we are. And I think this puts a lot more weight into, I think, why a lot of people are probably going to be more hesitant to go to the state fair, why this judge should have allowed her, respected the Supreme Court's ruling and allowed these people to carry at the state fair and more. I believe I also heard today that police officers that are not active, not on duty, are allowed to carry at the state fair, which I think is that kind of upsets me that me, that has a permit holder and a law-abiding citizen, is not allowed to carry at the state fair, but the police officers that are off duty can, because we all know how much people trust the police with guns these days, right? We all remember those those instances. Oh boy. I don't know, guys. Leave your comments down below what you think. I'm getting into that ranting territory. I tried to keep things a little bit better and more concise and stuff, but stay tuned to more stuff on this channel. Like, comment, consider subscribing if you're new here. We're going to be definitely doing more political regarding stuff to Minnesota on here, because I think it's important. We need to spread the message. We need to protect our Second Amendment. We need to protect all of them, really. And we need to stop letting the government infringe on our rights to protect ourselves and our right to life and pursuit of happiness and all that sort of stuff. So like, comment, consider subscribing, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.